having the. You want to take a photo?
Yes, I'm
I'm
gonna zoom in on it
smoking
as we speak.
the
Ooh, look at that.
Montecristo Open.
Nice.
This is a hostage situation, as you can see. I'm in difficult surroundings,
Yes, you
but
are.
the show goes on,
No matter
and
what.
I don't think they can hear me.
I can hear you. You're doing good.
No, well, no, I think someone's coming. If the lock opens, I'll make my escape.
Okay.
So this is being broadcast from a bunker, if you know what I
Yes.
mean.
Oh my God.
A little bit of
Yeah, yeah.
tension.
Yeah, only for you, only for you. The fans are going to get a kick out of this. While you're lighting the cigar, welcome everybody to another episode of the Habanos Cigar Show. Usman may or may not join us. Apparently, he took too much Viagra again, and so we may or may not see him. But while Riz is lighting up, I am in the indoor studio, so I won't be smoking cigars. I will be drinking Scotch. And let us, as we say, start the show.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment, with over 100,000 YouTube subscribers and rapidly growing to be the most watched and podcast cigar show broadcast globally. The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment.
Oh, and we're back, kids. How you doing, big guy?
Hello, I'm in a cigar bunker. I'm being held hostage.
Yes, we know. Yes. Yeah. Wait a minute. Earlier before the show, you told me that you're the one that holds the hostages. So now you're being held hostage.
It's my passive aggressive side.
I love it. So
Be the aggressor, but play the victim. That's a
yeah,
theme that's going on
yeah.
in the cigar politics of London these days.
Oh my God. And you did
This
that
is
well.
this is one of the worst light ups I've ever done. Look, I've singed all the way round.
Right.
That's an example of a bad light up. Really, really bad
wow.
light up.
Yeah, that's a
Because
bad light up.
I managed to get, so that means that I might get a sort of a charcoaly, bitter flavor. But what I'll do is I'll try and puff out a little bit. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. I am smoking the Open Master. You see the second band?
Yeah.
Montecristo. And these series of cigars were put together in commemoration of the sports events in the USA, the Open,
The
the
golf.
Open Master, the golf, the Open, the tennis, the US Open.
Right.
There's the Open Regatta, which is another cigar size that's for the sailing.
Right.
There's an Open Junior, which is, I guess, for the junior series of sports. But these are sort of like sportsy kind of cigars where you can sit outside or play golf and smoke and get lots of nice aroma and lots of nice smoke.
Right.
So, but I enjoy these because this Open series I find very aromatic.
Okay.
So if someone is smoking this, if I'm walking down the street to Tom Tom or Number 6 Cavendish or any other reputable cigar merchant, and if someone is smoking these outside, I can smell it. I can smell it 300 yards away.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I was actually having a dialogue with a new fan last night. And his first initial is A and his last name is Cirillo. So he's a new fan, and we were talking about the difference between non-Cuban and Cuban. And I was telling him that the non-Cuban, not a lot of flavor, puffy, big smoke, and the Cuban's more for flavor. So that's a Cuban, I'm assuming, and you're getting flavor and smoke.
Well, this is a Montecristo. Montecristo is one of these, the sort of the older. There's at this moment, as much as I know history of Cuban cigars, right now there's 27 different bands. By the way, if my voice sounding sexy is because I took a puff on the bitter part of this cigar and it's still staying there. So that's another reason why not to char your cigar, or maybe if you want to get your voice to sound sexy, char your cigar. Go for it. Enjoy yourself.
Like Brenda Vaccaro. Sure, you sound like Brenda Vaccaro today.
Thank you. No, but unfortunately, I don't have a drink to go with this because in this sort of lockdown conditions. Oh, that reminds me. Yesterday evening, I met one of your fellow countrymen. There's a really nice wine bar in North London in Belsize Village called Aperivino, run by Italian American, owned and run by an Italian called Richard. Really, really nice guy. And
Right.
he got me drinking the Macallan yesterday evening, the Macallan 18 years
Finally.
age, and that's your go-to drink.
It is.
But I have to say, I toasted him and I said, Santori time, but it wasn't Santori time. But it was a very, very, very smooth drink. I wish I had that with this cigar right now.
Now, let me ask you this. What year did you drink? Did you drink the 12, the 15, the 18, the rare
18.
cast, the 25? 18 is good.
18.
Yeah, okay.
18-year age.
If you like, I like anything over 18 is legal. Anyway, if the rare cast is also very good because it's a blend, on my shelf behind me, I have a 50-year-old. And I'm talking Scotch because if it was a girl, that would definitely be too old. So I have a 50-year-old bottle of Macallan, and I have several of those. And let me tell you, the 50-year-old is like butter. It is like drinking. It's the best. You could drink the whole thing and not know you did it, but until you try to stand up, it's that smooth. Macallan's one of the best.
I didn't know this because I know very little about whiskey, but Richard was telling me, the Macallan 18-year-old shot in London goes for around, near as makes no difference, about £100 a shot.
That's crazy.
London is crazy, but that was a beautifully. It reminded me of something. I'm going to sound very, very crass, but it reminded me like the only whiskey spate I ever had was around 2005, 2006. That kind of like, we're talking almost 20 years ago. And that was going in and out of Dubai, of all places. Yeah, of course. Right. And the one that I liked was the Shivas Regal, which was I mean it's yeah, a lot of people, but that was my kind of first foray into whiskey. Something like if you have McDonald's as your first burger, everything is measured against the McDonald's, if you know what I mean, right?
True.
So I'm not a sophisticated drinker by all means. I drink I mean gin. Actually, if anything I have a speciality on, it's gin, right? So I'm a gin person. But I'll drink any cocktail. And yesterday evening I had a Moscow Mule. It was a really nice gingery.
I had one of those ones too, and then they got arrested, and we don't use them anymore.
Well, there we go. And if you kick the vodka out of a Moscow Mule and replace it with gin, do you know what it's called?
I have no idea.
It's called a London Mule. And it is. No, that's not a joke. It actually is. Okay. So the reason I'm talking about these drinks is because I wish I had one right now to go with this open master, but it is what it is. Lockdown conditions.
Well, I will tell you, since it is a cigar and Scotch show, if you will, or drink show, the other good Scotch that I drink is Glenfarclas. And Glenfarclas is this little distillery no one's ever heard of. And the 25 and 40-year-old Scotch that they produce is A, affordable for the normal person, and B, just as good as Macallan.
Glenfarclas sounds like the naughty child that sits at the back of the class.
It is, and you give them a little spanking on their bottom, and you did it, buddy, you did it. So, and I will tell you that earlier in the week, before the rainstorm, I had another EGM, and it was a beautiful cigar. I enjoyed it. And then the day after that, I had my CAO Brazilian Amazon, and because the CAO is more of a full body, so I like the full body, and the EGM is a very just kind of nice chill smoke.
Have you not got to the Encanto yet?
I'm the 47-foot one. I'm waiting for when the three of us are together, and Elizabeth doesn't have Viagra problems, so the three of us can have.
Usman has been on a bit of a bender in the best way, because he went to Doha, he went to the Trinidad Cabildos event launch. Well, they already did the launch in London, but they're doing sort of like a refresh. They've got a bigger a bigger box. I think it's got 12 cigars in it. That's as much as I know. Anyway, but in Pakistan it's the wedding season, so weddings in Pakistan are not weddings, they're more like society events, and it's the season for society events because it's cooler months, so you can get these things done. So poor guy, he's wrapped up in that. But what I would love to see, and I hope you get some comments about, I would love to see Usman standing in the middle of a wedding, puffing away on a cigar, looking like a complete Don. I would like to see that photo, but I think he doesn't smoke in the Well, he does smoke in public, but not in those sort of like society socials.
Right.
I don't know if he does. I don't know if he doesn't, but I've never seen it. I would like to see that.
That would be very interesting. Yeah, but he's got to wear a fedora with like a feather, like a pimp. I mean, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. You got to, if we're going to dress him up, let's dress him up. So I'm just saying, for anybody that's new to the show, Lisman is our sommelier. He's in Pakistan, if you didn't guess. And because it is wedding season and Viagra season, he texted us a little earlier and said he's in the middle of a wedding and he will try to get to the show. So if we miss him this week, hopefully next Saturday, he will be here to answer your questions. So you just won't have Abbott and Costello. And there you go. How's your cigar now?
Well, look at this. I got past so that charring that I had. Now look, beautiful white ash. Look at that structure.
Yeah. Very good.
It's really, I think this one, I won't say goes under the radar. This is a very, very fashionable smoke in London, in the sort of the Arab audience. They love smoking this cigar because I've seen this a lot in Belgravia and Mayfair. Okay. Guys walking around puffing on it because that's what this cigar was designed for. It's designed for like a nice outdoor aromatic smoky smoke, right? And I see them doing it, and you catch a little bit of this aroma from a distance, and you put a smile on your face because you got that Cuban leaf going through the system, that rich. But I fully get it. This is a cigar. I guess you would enjoy this a lot. It's, I think, very U.S. market centric cigar. Okay. It's not too strong, but it has a little punchy element. Montecristo's are what we call sort of Marmite. A lot of people like them, and a lot of people don't like. It's sort of like you're never in between. Yeah. But if you look at the color of the wrapper, it's sort of like a Connecticut leaf kind of wrapper. Very good coffee cigar, very versatile cigar. I think this is the kind of cigar you could smoke on your own, with friends, with a coffee, with a drink. It's really kind of a large market spread on this cigar because it's not too strong. You get slight cedary notes, slight sweetness, but slight sweetness, slight. You have to search for it. You have to really feel it. You have to imagine sweetness, and all of a sudden you get it. I love it. And I actually here. I've got I didn't know what I was going to smoke today, so I've got another open master there. But I have an open eagle as well. This is daddy. This is the daddy of the cigar. Can you see the size comparison?
Yes, I can. The open eagle is like, sure. That's
open eagle. Yeah, that one is a good for me because I really enjoy Aroma. Hotbox the room, sit there on my own, watch an old movie, blow open eagle smoke into the breeze, huh?
Nice. Now let me ask you this. So we discussed last week and the week before, pricing of cigars in the UK is kind of out of whack. So an open eagle in London goes for how much?
This open eagle is these are in tubes, if you can see.
I saw.
They're the type tubes.
Yeah.
This one's £53. The open junior is about 42-ish. That's the open junior. Hang on. That's the open master. Sorry. Hang on.
You're smoking the master. Yeah.
I'm smoking the master.
Right.
Can you see that?
Yep. There you go.
And I happen to think, you see these tubes, the Montecristo tubes, they're very attractive tubes. These Partagas tubes, which are black, which I love, these are kind of attractive to, you can have them almost like shotgun cartridge shells in your pocket. You pull one out and you cut it out. There's a little bit of a ceremony, a little bit of a fun taking a cigar out of a tube and sort of like. Now, some people think, wrongly in my opinion, that a tube is for you to smoke half a cigar and put it back in there.
Oh no, no. That's wrong.
It ruins the cigar because the heat of the cigar, even if it's a cold cigar, what you get is the charcoal flavor absorbing all the way around. You just don't want that, right? Yeah. You got to open a tube, you smoke the whole fucking cigar. The tube is sort of like a souvenir for your spent cartridges. You line them up. It says like 1, 2, 3, 4, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's your 50 pounds. So that cigar basically is about $75 US.
Well, if you could get it in the US, I guess.
Well, I mean, we can go to the wholesaler in a country that we won't describe, and he'll send it in a package. But I'm just saying, if I would go online and look, it'd be interesting to see if it's 75 US or if it's cheaper.
What you
I've had
go,
Monte-
what you do is you go to the marina in Miami, and you'll find that there's a fast boat that's just come across, and you can sort of like, you know.
I will tell you, you go to,
I'm not encouraging that. I've seen that in
That's-
movies. That's all.
yes, only in the 80s.
Only in the 80s. And you got to
Only
wear
in the
a
80s with speedboats. Yes,
you got to wear a white linen suit with a pink
that's
t-shirt
right.
with a flamingo
And,
pink
and
t-shirt.
you need 3 days of stubble, and you need a partner with 3 first names. I will tell you that when I used to go to Little Havana when I lived in Palm Beach, and we would smoke in Little Havana, once they got to know you, you'd be amazed of how many guys would be, because they would roll stuff there and they would do stuff. Once they knew and liked you, the guy would take you into the back room, and they'd be like,
And also,
have a,
and also you fake Cuban cigars.
yeah, well, it is what it is. I think they said they were made in China, but they were very good. So that's it. But no, I like that. I like the fact that you can get them. It's hard. Like I said, we've spread the rumor that Trump is going to lift the Cuban embargo, and we put those shorts out, and they did very well. And Usman played along with it well as well.
I believe there's a bill that's being read in your constitution for that.
I'm sure there probably is. So we just
There
create
probably
fake
is.
news. Yeah,
There probably is.
We did have one gentleman that commented. He goes, "What kind of crap is this?" Blah blah. And I said, and he says, "How dare you?" Blah, blah. And I said, "You realize we're the 3 of us, because we did it when the 3 of us were on the show." I said, "We're all in on the joke." And then he wrote back, "Oh, okay, that was really funny." I'm thinking, dude, calm down. It's like we know Trump is not going to lift the Cuban embargo, but that's wishful thinking. So we figure if we start it, that'll be good. Let's take a look at the cigar kids. Oh, that's very nice.
I think that's good structure. Structure. I mean,
That's good.
It's a slightly uneven light up, as you can see. Yeah, which
Right.
A perfect light up happens for me about 10% of the time. Like perfect light up.
Right.
It's like a 10% kind of deal. Most of the time it goes like that, but that's because I use a soft flame. I use
your SC DuPont, right?
I use an SC DuPont soft flame. Yeah. So you have to be really, really careful.
Right.
It's better. You can get these flame jets, which got very, very precise. But you can just
like what I use, the torch.
Exactly.
I use this. I use this little torch thing.
Yeah,
and it's perfect because when you do the flame, hold on, it doesn't make a clicky noise like yours, but there you go.
No, just go ping. Just go ping.
Like, well, it has a click.
Ping. No, go ping. Sure. Make the ping sound.
Oh, I gotta do it myself. I go ping. There you go.
Ping.
People on the podcast are like, "What the hell are their problems?" So no, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that because I can, to your point, I can get it, Chris. So I'm still getting 10 or 20% of mine to be the perfect light, because depending on how I light it and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's you live and learn. Usman, of course, has the perfect light every time because he's the sommelier. So,
no, the perfect light. First of all, is technique.
Yeah.
But also it tells you something about the nature and personality of a person. Someone who is really into their cigar, like the cigar is not incidental, will make every effort to get a perfect light. Most people who just sit around smoking cigars, blowing smoke, conversationalists, and for the conviviality of it, they're not particularly invested in the cigar, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So to light a cigar properly, which Usman, I'm sure, has Usman done an episode on lighting a cigar properly?
No, but I think we're going to do that next Saturday if he comes.
Yeah, so that could be quite a good one, where how to get the perfect, consistent, that line, that little glow, and whether the cigar continues like that is a little bit of luck because the way the leaves are rolled, but a really good quality cigar. Technically, you should have a very consistent burn. The ash should remain absolutely dead straight, although it doesn't always. You'll start getting the bend, but that's to do with the leaves. It's not even to do. Sometimes it's the rolling, sometimes the leaves, sometimes both. So, by the way, I'm substituting for Usman here. I'm trying to sound slightly intelligent,
That's
it's
you're doing it. You're doing
you know when you lose your hearing, you
yeah.
compensate with your sight, or you
Right.
compensate with your sense of smell. That's what I'm trying to do. We lost one arm here, and I'm trying
You're
to give you.
compensating. Yes.
I'm trying to give you something reasonable for your audience to latch onto and say, "Ooh, that was actually, apart from him just waxing, raving on, it's something
Well, no,
interesting there."
What Usman would do now is he would say, now you have to, then after you get the perfect light is you have to taste it. And he would reach across the camera and pull out the box with all the little tasting vials, which is, we actually talked about that last night. And what was interesting, these guys were telling me about, they like small batch cigars. So there's places that you can go and, they make their own small batch. And they were telling me that some of them are very good. And I was like, really? They're all Dominic, they're all this, but they're all small batch to like a certain cigar store, a certain restaurant or whatever. And I've tried small batches in the past. I never was a fan. I don't know why. I don't think they do. Yeah, you guys don't do small batches in the UK. You do Cubans. So
I have a question to ask you. In the course of doing these programs, and we've been doing them maybe for about a year now, in almost
close,
a year.
Yeah.
It's a very honest question. Has your understanding of cigars generally increased? Just for you, because mine has. Like when we interact together and we have these discussions, right, about things other than cigars. But in terms of the actual product, has your knowledge increased about the actual product in itself?
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, because between you and Usman, you'll tell me things that I didn't know or I thought I might know, and you'll be like, "Oh, blah 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 blah."
Thank you.
So yes,
I just wanted to hear that. I just wanted to hear that, but you choose that as short. Yes,
I knew that. But yeah, no, between the both of you, and
or just the one of me, or just the one of us. Because I was on the program well before Usman was on the program.
Yes, you were. It was your show, and then Usman kind of just came and took it over.
No, in all seriousness, when you sit down and you talk about products or you talk about, I mean, in this case, that's the whole point. The whole point of sharing this kind of even slapstick kind of humor is to increase one's understanding, appreciation of the smoke, of the reasons for the smokes. The reasons can be very different. Your rationale can be, and it can change over time if you dress up to smoke, all that kind of stuff. And that's another thing. Probably next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, I've got a major event in London at number 6 Cavendish. We're going to have some fucking out of this world cigar at number 6 Cavendish with AJ Patel. And here's the rationale. We're going to dress up. We're going to really go to town about this.
Like a tux?
Wait and see, because you'll see the pictures, you'll see the social media. So my thing is, well, this is a Christmas blowout. So this is the last event before Christmas. It's eventually going to be like Christmas party. We're going to have a phenomenal cigar. Let's take our best game to the party. And that, however superficial it may sound, can increase your anticipation, your excitement, your experience. It can. If you do it all the time, it diminishes it. But if you do it from time to time, it's like a little sort of spike in your
when I dress up Saturday mornings when it's not freezing outside or raining now, so the whole outside set is swamped. I like putting on my tuxedo on Saturday mornings, taking my cigar with my scotch, sit outside and enjoy an hour or two of your company and Usman's company and learn all about cigars. So no, I like the dressing up part, because when you guys aren't around and it's either shorts, jeans, or pair of sweats and a t-shirt, I sit outside and it's just good.
And Birkenstocks.
No, I'm not gay. Thank you, though. I could wear sneakers or shoes. Thank you. And I don't hug trees. No, so I do. I like the dressing up part of it. There's just something about that. What you talked about. It's the old school of cigars. It's that old world that this is how it was type of thing. So, and there you go. So, and the Cigar Social Club says, "What's up?" So we say, "What's up?" to the Cigar Social Club. Hello, how you doing?
Have you seen the amount of smoke I'm blowing on this one?
It's much like a non-Cuban smoke.
Yeah, but it has. That's what I'm trying to say to you. This cigar is, if I can use the word, engineered. It's engineered a little bit more in that open. I mean, the clue is in the name, open.
Right.
in that sort of open format, sort of relatively like aromatic, tasty, not too much tasty.
Right.
I think this is the Coca-Cola of Cuban cigars.
Very nice. I'm gonna try.
Would
I'll
you
have
like
to
that?
try one. I'll have to.
Listen, I have no end of sayings. These are
Yeah.
original sayings, copyright,
Yeah.
trademark limited. The Coca-Cola of Cuban cigars.
Cigars. I'm sure Coca-Cola is going to be thrilled to know that you're tying yourself to a cigar. So, but I like that. I'm going to have to try that. I've smoked Montecristos in the past. Usually I smoke like a Montecristo #2 because that
Mm.
seems to be the one that everybody gravitates to, which isn't bad. And I've never tried their, if you will, their golf cigar. So I will try, I think, the Eagle.
Well,
You
it's
know
not
me, I like
just
a good
golf.
cigar.
It's not just golf. Open relates to the open series of events, golf
Right,
events.
right. Rizzo will be back shortly, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. So, hey, the other thing, when I went to Formula One, apparently those open cigars, they don't relate to Formula One because apparently you're not allowed to smoke where the cars are, where the pit crew is, where gas is. And I was like, listen, that's your problem. And apparently they frown upon that. So who knew? So,
This a crass world. It's a crap.
I,
We're living in a very wokey kind of mummied world. Oh, you
And I'm
mustn't do
thinking
this.
in
You mustn't do
I'm
it.
thinking in Qatar and Abu Dhabi, they're not going to care. They let me smoke everywhere. But now in the pits, apparently, they frown upon it.
Behind the Formula One track, you got a fucking oil field blowing out
Right,
gas. So what's the
right.
fucking difference here? You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
So I'm like, you can smoke everywhere, but in the pit area. But I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. So, but apparently they frown upon that in Formula One. So, and I said to them, in the VIP rooms, we should have a smoking VIP. I would pay extra to watch Formula One when I don't watch it at the house smoking a cigar. I would pay extra to sit in a VIP area with scotch and cigars, whether I provide mine or they bring their own. I would pay
What
extra for that.
when Lewis Hamilton
Yeah,
stops racing, I'll start
yeah.
watching Formula One again.
Can I tell you that the last this season, this last race last week, the Abu Dhabi race.
Mhm.
You know you don't like Lewis Hamilton. He did
No,
nothing, but Leclerc came from the 19th place up to third place. This last race of the season was one of the most exciting races I've seen in a long time. I was like, that was on the edge of my seat, enjoying the race.
I'm on the edge of my seat now.
Well,
Now I'm
that's
on the
because
edge of
you're on
my
a little
seat.
stool. Yeah, I know. So but yeah, but I just thought it was good. So yeah, Lewis is going to go to Ferrari next year. So you may still have a few
Woo!
years. I know you may have a few years yet before you can watch Formula One.
That's not that means that my love of Ferraris is gone as well. I can't
Well,
stand Lewis. I cannot stand the man. He represents absolutely every fucking knobhead on this planet, and I can't stand him. He may be good. He may be good at what he does. There are plenty of people who are good at what they do. They just a knob.
all right. I
I'm
don't
not.
I don't
I'm
know
not
him.
hating. It's not hating. It's just an analysis.
Gotcha. All right. Formula One analysis. That's cool. Hey, that next year we'll watch Formula One live and comment on the race. No, I'm just kidding. We'll probably get sued. And we don't want that. Well, you're almost done with your cigar. Usman's at a wedding. I can't smoke because the outside studio is, if you will, buried
Mm.
underwater. I know. Next, I'll be smoking later. But I am having scotch, and I've disguised it for the kids in my Winnie the Pooh glass.
Very good.
So I want to thank Macallan again. And today's the 25-year-old, and the scotch was 25 too. So I thought that was nice. And I never drink, scotch that can't whatchamacallit order itself, so it works well. But thank you as always. We will see everybody next week. We're doing shows. I don't think we're taking a break for the
No,
holidays.
we keep going. We keep
We
going.
keep
We keep
going.
going.
Yeah.
We
So
keep
should be back,
ranting.
I think, next week, right? There's no wedding next week. We don't know. Maybe there's a wedding. We'll try to get him here to make sure that he's here so he can give you some knowledge on how to light a cigar. Let me get a picture of the Montecristo Open. Look at that. There you go. That's the Montecristo Open, and Riza highly recommends that. So there you
Very,
have it.
very, very good cigar. Very
There you go.
good cigar.
And it's very smoky, which is very nice for the guys that smoke non-Cubans. You'll get a lot of aroma in the air instead of in the mouth, which is good. So I
Yeah.
think that's excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's a pleasure to see all of you. It's a short show today. Riz's got another date, so we're going to let him go, and we will see everybody next Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and like. If you missed the show, it'll be rebroadcasted later today, or go onto our channel, look for the live, and you can catch it there. Riz, it's always good to see you, my friend. Everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. So, cheers, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
And we are